Do we depend on the internet too much?
I would say yes, because everything we do is on the internet, like whether it's blog work or shopping or social media, it's majority of our lives are probably on the internet, and banking as well. Yeah, definitely becoming more dependent.
Okay. Question 2. What piece of technology do you rely on the most?
Probably my phone, because it's little and I can carry it around.
Yeah. Question 3. What time period do you think is appropriate to spend on technology?
I think a healthy amount would probably be like 2.5 hours, which kind of like in my head would include work and social media and stuff. But if I were to look at how long I'm on the internet, it would probably make me sick. But I think like on a day-to-day basis, if I'm at college, I'm on the computer from like 9 till maybe 3, and then get home, and then I'm on my phone, and then like listen to music on the bus. So it's like all day I'm sort of on some sort of fun technology, but because it's like work, it doesn't really feel like I'm on, because I'm just that used to it.
Okay, question 4. Do you think that the internet is negative or positive, and what impact it has on us? Obviously, the negative or positive.
I don't know. I've got quite mixed views. Like,
explain. This is good.
Yeah. 1 minute. The positively, yeah, because you can kind of everything's there when you want it. You don't have to faff through your files and paper documents to find stuff. But negative, because maybe you're on it too much, and it's a bit of a you get taken away from society and the social life and reality. But then again, technology is reality, so it's a bit of a I don't know. I'm a bit of a mixed person about it. But,
okay. And finally, question 5, the last question. Could you live without your phone for a day?
I've done it for 2 hours, and it was fine because it's like my normal routine, which I don't really need my phone straight in the morning. But I think if I was to do it for a whole day, I would struggle because I'm just that dependent on it.
Yeah. We're really dependent on technology. Do we depend on the internet too much?
Yes, we do, because that's the way life is, really.
Yeah. It's a good answer, yeah. What piece of technology do you rely on the most?
I rely on my phone, because
why do you think that is?
I always on it to get in touch with my parents and everybody, really. Talk to people.
Question 3. What time period do you think is appropriate to spend on the internet technology?
4 or 5 hours.
A day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess so.
Do you think that the internet is positive or negative?
Some bits are positive, some bits are negative, really.
Could you explain that a bit more? Tell me what things are negative and what
bad
positive.
influences on the internet, and negative images and all that. And the positive, just like sharing, like if a child goes missing, you share it and it helps a lot.
Do we depend on the internet too much?
Yes, definitely, because nobody uses books anymore. We don't do research on books, we don't find recipes on books, we don't go to the doctors half the time, and we don't, everything that we seem to, for this generation, that we seem to learn now is from the internet, and I think it will just get worse as time goes on.
That's good. Question 2. What piece of technology do you rely on the most and why?
My phone, because it's portable, it goes everywhere, and if I need it, like it's just, I'd say I need it, but like yeah, it is useful for like emergencies, obviously, and planning and stuff.
Yeah. Question 3. What time period do you think is appropriate to spend on technology and social media?
Is that about like length of time?
Yeah, length of time, like daily.
I guess it depends, because like you could say that if you were like an accountant or something, you probably you should really spend more time, like I don't know, like up to 6 or more than that, like 8 hours a day, just on a computer, never mind like your phone or tablets or watching telly. So like, but then I guess if you are like a fitness instructor, you'd spend like, I don't know, maybe a couple of hours at home. I think it depends on the person. I don't think, and unless it's affecting your life and it's genuinely like a bad thing and it's like impacting everyone around you, then that's when you should shorten the time.
Okay. Question 4. Do you think the internet is positive or negative, and why?
Well, it was a very clever thing to come up with, and it can obviously, especially if you live in like in a long distance relationship, it helps a lot. Anything like that, you've got family away or whatever, it is so useful. And as I say, like everything's there on your finger, like at the end of your fingers. It's just like it comes up. So in that aspect, it is really good. Like it's gotten us so far, and it helps us in our jobs and school. But then at the same time, obviously, it's making us less connected, like emotionally with people. And like I feel as though you're like desensitized, if that's the right word, to many situations. Seeing stuff on the internet makes you like you're almost like a step back from it. You're not actually experiencing it if you're just seeing it through a screen.
Good points. And finally, could you live without technology/internet for a day?
Yes, I think I could. I think I'd quite like to, because I mean, there's been a part where it's affected me like massively. It's not, maybe not the phone, it was like a person on the other end of the phone. So like, it's almost like I've actually learnt to use it less, and it makes me less anxious. It's weird, but it's like, it's almost, I feel more free without it, and just being able to forget about it and not worry about it. Yeah, it's really good.
Do we depend on the internet too much?
Yes, I think we do, because everything is literally on our phones nowadays and computers. You can literally access anything, and I think we're getting a bit addicted to it, like having everything possible with us, you know, on the spot, and
everything's there in your hands.
Everything's right there. You don't have to do anything really. You just literally go on Google or like on an app, and you don't have to go out anywhere either. So yeah, I think we depend on it too much.
What piece of technology do you rely on the most, and why?
Definitely my phone. It's literally, it's small. I can have it everywhere with me. I've got Wi-Fi and stuff. It's obviously better than a laptop because it's smaller. I don't know if headphones count as technology as well, because they're tiny and I can listen to everything, like music, interviews, stuff like that with me all the time.
Do you sound like sometimes though, like you don't realise it's a piece of technology until you think about it, like when you see earphones, like, oh yeah, that is a piece of, it's been created.
You don't realise it,
It's like, I suppose technology is creation, and it's weird. What time period do you think is appropriate to spend on technology a day?
It depends on your career, and if you're a student, stuff like that, different aspects of your life, because obviously like an accountant, like the girl said before, is going to spend more time online, or like us as media students are going to spend more time on technology. But if obviously you've got like, I don't know, it just depends, but I'd say about I'd say about 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would affect your health. Probably would a little bit, because obviously, but I think for an average person it'd be about 3 hours.
Do you think the internet is positive or negative, and why?
Both. I don't. Depends what aspect you mean of technology. If it's like, I don't know. Social media, I think, is negative, but overall technology and stuff like that, being like having the internet is positive, but the social media part of it is not. It disconnects us. It's obviously good to have some, like, being able to connect with other people that are like obviously far away, but I think it just makes you less like unsociable and stuff like that.
Yeah. And do you think you should live without technology or the internet for a day?
Yes, I could. I don't think I'd trouble that. Like when I sleep, obviously I'm not on it, but when I wake up straight away, I always go on my phone. But I've done it multiple times. I think the longest I've done it for is like about 2 weeks.
Blimey.
Yeah.
Why?
My phone was broken.
Oh.
That's the only reason. I didn't volunteer to do it or
Oh.
anything. It was just broken. I had to wait for a new phone to come.
And you managed.
I did manage, and I actually felt really refreshed after. It is amazing when you do like digital
Digital
detox. Yeah, I think it's awesome. It really changed me. I think after that time, I also deleted Facebook,
Yeah.
and I loved it. It was awesome. Yeah.
Done.
No, I don't think so. I think the internet's okay. I think I think there's. I don't think we do. It's there. Why wouldn't you use it? Like, you don't need to learn how to add up when you've got the internet there. I don't need to read a map when I've got Google Maps. It's like, it's there. If it suddenly went away, we'd have to adapt and change really quickly. But I think that's where the flaw is that children are maybe, or teenagers are turning to the internet as their only port of call. So if the internet's not there, they don't even try to fix it. So then what do you do? It's sucky. Whereas you need to be able to like go to the internet. If the internet's not there, have a backup plan. I guess that's kind of what I would say. But relying on it too much, depending on it too much, no.
No.
What piece of technology do you rely on the most and why? It's going to be like, it's got to be the phone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got the internet. Because it's.
Everyone's there.
There's this word called I'll begin to see what's it called. It's means everything coming together. I did my masters on that. I really should know what it was. Convergence. That's what it means. Convergence. So your phone is now a calculator and a gaming thing and checking emails. That's it. And yeah, relying on it to obviously keep track of just emails and social networking and things. It's the most important because that's how I make money.
Yeah.
If I don't check emails pretty regularly, I don't get clients. If I don't check social media regularly, I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know what the news is. But it's weird. It's a strange thing to say because what does technology mean?
Yeah, we were on about that before because Sarah said, oh, like your phone's technology.
Yeah.
And I always find technology being like your laptop or your phone or
But
something.
also about your oven,
Yeah,
your fridge.
I suppose it's just something that's been
If you use
created.
your, exactly. I use your fridge 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
I use my fridge more than I would use my phone.
Yeah.
And I rely on it probably more. I could go a day without the internet and a day without my phone, but without the fridge,
Yeah.
I don't know what I would eat. It's weird.
Yeah.
I could cope without a watch, and yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming that. I'm trying to think if there's something that keeps me alive, that without it I would die. But like central heating, I mean summer right now, spring, but in the winter that would suck. Yeah, that's probably it. What time period do you think is appropriate to spend on technology? But again, you need to define what technology is. Like, what time period, what time is it appropriate to spend looking in the fridge, watching TV? Like, on technology as a whole, I think you can happily spend 12 hours a day. But I wouldn't advise spending 12 hours a day looking at a computer. I would spend 2-hour blocks on the computer, an hour playing a game, 2 hours watching TV, 3 hours listening to music. Like, surely listening to music for 12 or 20 hours is not bad for you.
Yeah.
That's just awesome.
Yeah.
It's music. So I think that's okay as well. Do you think the internet is positive or negative? It's positive. Clearly positive. Only positive. It's positive because it allows. It's frustrating because it allows you to find out anything you want on the planet in a heartbeat. You can see what other places look like through satellite imaging and stuff. You can connect to anyone. You can find anyone who agrees with you. You can, if you feel excluded from society in any way or different from society, you can find people who are going to support you. All of that's wonderful. The negative is, and this is true of everything, is there's now too much choice, so people don't do anything. And it becomes a place to pull down others. It's the whole, the monkey story, don't you? The monkey's kind of...
Yeah.
So it's just like that. So you can try, like Ashley said on Twitter just now, it's amazing how much a difference being around positive people makes. So she's working with Lorna right now, so she's just positive. And the internet's like that. If you connect to negative people, it's bad. But it's like a book. It doesn't matter. Say if we had a library, there's going to be a crap ton of people who aren't going to go in. There's going to be a load of people who are going to go in but just look at the comics or whatever. And there's going to be those people who go in and look at the philosophy books and the science books and they want to learn. The internet's like that. It's just a knowledge base, and some people either use it to reinforce their own negative bias nonsense, or you use it for a force of good. I really can't. You guys don't understand what life was like before the internet.
Yeah.
So much. But there's no, like, my wife keeps googling things like my daughter's going to die because she's done this because Google says so. You know, stuff like that's not so good. I keep convincing myself about cancer. That's not so good.
Yeah, they say you shouldn't Google your symptoms, don't they?
Exactly. Bad idea. Could you live without technology and internet for a day? Yeah, easy. I know my business would suffer, but not massively, not for a day.
No.
And over time, but it's set up to engage with technology. If I set up my business differently and it didn't rely on technology, it would be fine. You know, I could have leaflet drops or whatever, and have a phone line instead. It's just a way you would use it. And actually, I dream of that. I wouldn't mind a world. I don't mind the apocalypse coming. Like, I'm kind of semi looking forward to it because it'd be great. I think we'll all be emotionally happier if it's like, right, okay, like make sure someone's guarding the door because there's like wolves out there or whatever. And then I've got to go out and I've got to chop wood, and then I've got to like make a fire, and then like, your whole day would be spent surviving, not worrying about anything major, and then looking at the stars and just talking to one another. I love that. But life's not like that. Life's technology driven, and you can either complain and be like, oh, I wish we had less technology, but that's just going to make you unhappy. Just accept it, and it's good. I love it. I love, you know, I've got the Amazon Echo now, and I've listened to so much more good music in the last week because of her, because she plays amazing music. And she just says stuff. She's like, oh, here's a channel you might like. I'm like, really? And I love it. So yeah, is that kind of what you're looking for?
Yeah.
You're the person who's trying to decide if we use technology too much, aren't you? Is that what you're...
Yeah, sort of. I'm kind of going on a bit of a tangent, but...
Because out she takes a good hour to take a selfie, and she walks from room to room looking for the best light.
Sure.
And I think she obviously has a problem.
Totally, and I needed to check the science more, but that's because you get a dopamine hit when you do that, and so she's addicted to dopamine. Cynic,
yeah.
Or cynic, I'm not sure. And it is, it can be described as like a feeder tablet, just like dopamine. Oxytocin's better. But I do that, I check if Evelyn wakes up at 3 and I hear a murmur, I check my phone. Mainly because I've got so much stuff going on, and I'm just excited. I'm very excited about life. I think that's why I check. Because look, who knows what could happen. I'm so open and connected to the planet right now. Like, all my social media is open, so I get messages from people with so much opportunity, and that can happen all the time. And I like answers on whale and stuff. It's good. But he also says you shouldn't have technology in the bedroom. But kitchen knives are bad for you. But kitchen knives are also technology. The wheel is technology. So maybe I rely on the wheel too much.
Yeah.
It depends how you use it. I get quite defensive over social media. They said there's a guy who killed someone recently, and it was like a heavy gamer kills wife or something. I was like, what the fuck is he? He's a heavy gamer. What's that got to do with anything?
Yeah.
It turns out there was a reason that was important, but the newspaper didn't know that.
No.
So.
Just the way the media portrays it.
Yeah. Oh, gaming's bad. Shut up. Gaming's amazing. There's loads of good things about it. If you spend 12 hours a day escaping anything that allows you to escape from your world is bad.
Yeah.
And you need to ask yourself why you're trying to escape. Cool, anything else?
I don't think so.
That's so we need to edit everything.
Yeah.
Yes, I think everyone does though, don't they? I think that, well, it's like, it's always there for you, isn't it? So you're always going to rely on it. So, like, it's just your daily routine, isn't it?
Okay. Question 2. What piece of technology do you rely on the most and why?
I rely on my phone. Why? Because it's just there, isn't it? Like, you just have it with you constantly. And like if you need it, if you're in trouble or you want to talk to a friend or anything like that, it's always just there for you.
Yep. Question 3. What time period do you think is appropriate to spend on technology/social media?
Probably like, I'd say for me like 2 hours a day is enough, and then that's it. That's like my cut-off point. But I probably spend like 5 hours a day on it, so it doesn't really make any sense.
Are you
But
able to stick to the 2 hours though?
no,
No.
definitely not. No, like you go on like when you go to bed at night, like you go on your phone, don't you? You sit and like read stuff, and like you don't spend like 2 hours on it, do you?
Okay. Question 4. Do you think the internet is positive or negative, and why?
I think the internet is very, actually no, there's some positive parts, like reading about something good or what someone's done or what your friends have been doing or something like that. But then there's like bullying, which is really bad, and there's a lot of like negativity. So say you put a picture up and you can either like you might get a lot of hate from it, or so there is quite a lot of negativity on social media and stuff like that.
And finally, question 5. Could you live without technology/internet for a full day?
Probably not now.
Why is that?
I'm so used to it now, and it's in my routine that when I wake up in the morning, I go on Facebook. Like, it's just, it'd be weird and my day would go so much slower if I didn't have it with me constantly. So I couldn't live without it for a day now.